Welcome back to Leonard Brothers Game. I'm David.
I'm John.
We're now in level 4 of the DMC, Devil May Cry. And I was still not quite finished with the last level when we last ended up recording. But I can't jump for some reason. I guess this is more of a cutscene kind of, interactive cutscene
This way, I think.
kind of level.
You
I don't
said
have
you'd
to
been
cut
here
or
before.
fight or jump or do
Yes,
anything.
but it was during an out-of-body experience.
Anyways,
years ago.
the previous level pretty much
Flying
ended up
around
with
in
a whole bunch of unnecessary
in
platforming.
limbo.
I would say
Virgil says
unnecessary.
it could be an effective
Because the way it
intelligence
works is a
gathering tool,
mixture
but I
of
can't
pulling
do it
and
at will.
pushing platforms
So, how did you
together
get
in the
before?
right order
It was triggered
to,
by extreme psychosomatic
get
trauma.
to certain objectives.
Nightmares.
And
What are the?
as much effort, obviously, as they
It's
put
intense.
into it, and obviously, for the most part, it works. But when you're just trying to record and you miss a jump and you just miss it over and over again, it seemed kind of pointless to try to record that session, at least that part of that level. When all I was doing is trying to jump to a platform and pull it towards me, and it wasn't working. Because third-person platforming is, it was originated with pretty much Super Mario 64. And of course it works really well in that game because it's Super Mario 64. You can't beat it, really. Well, you can nowadays, but at least for being the start of that kind of game. But there are other games that require first-person platforming, like, say, Portal or Half-Life kind of thing, that as good as the stories are in those games, the platforming leaves something to be desired.
They store the merchandise ready for export.
Of course, the other thing about this game that kind of leaves something to be desired is the general gameplay. You get locked into a room, you kill a bunch of creatures, you may get a boss battle, and it may be broken up with some platforming or some puzzle to pull in the right position, and then you get locked into another room and fight more creatures over and over and over again.
Nightmares.
It's the same as God of War, or at least shooter-wise, Gears of War and other games that just, very specific linear paths that you go to places and kill one after the next. No real rhyme or reason for it, as a lot of people will complain about games like BioShock Infinite.
Once you're in limbo, all you have to do is retrace your steps back to the main
As good and beautiful as the story is,
enough.
there's no real reason for Booker DeWitt to
Demons
go
may
around
sense
and
you
kill
once you're
these
in
people.
limbo, so stay alert.
It's gruesome, and
once
there's
I
only
reach
like
the
one
next
scene
room,
where Elizabeth
You'll be able
questions
to
him
descend
about it.
deep down into the factory.
And kill me.
Barbaric.
as
This is the way you're ripping them to pieces is just insane. How can you justify this kind of action? And there's no answer. They just
Okay.
keep playing because it's
It's here.
part of the game. They don't have a good answer for it. And this is where she's
All right.
got this
see you on the
special
other side.
serum thing that is in that spray can that's basically magical. That would normally take months or weeks or months to prepare. She's got it all prepared in advance and uses more modern technology like a spray can rather than intricately painting the outlines and designs herself. And the point of this level is about this drink called Virility, which basically is like the Coca-Cola or Pepsi of their world. So heavily marketed as, oh yeah, it's perfect, it'll make your love life better, it'll help you lose weight, but it's like really, it's just the demon's way
Stupidity.
of
Drink virility.
the messing people up pretty much. Yay, more platforming. Not really. I can say that.
Are you getting tired of that?
Can. Okay. I mean, it looks cool when you can do it. I mean, it makes you, instead of just doing this like in a cutscene, like normal games, like at least games before, say, the past couple of generations, they couldn't really have the kind of controller structure. There weren't as many buttons on older systems, or at least the way that they were structured wasn't conducive to this kind of gameplay. And I fell. Of course. Of course, it takes me right back to the same place. Needing to go anyways. Good. Oh no, I fell again. Hard play when it, kind of skips sections too, because it gets to the point where it's like, okay, you've fallen quite a lot, you're losing health, that's not good, so let's help you out here. I don't know if it necessarily does that enough, or some people probably say it would do it too much. I don't really care either.
What took you so long?
Over here? Yeah, there we go. Of course, there are eventually boss battles. I think it's in this level. There's the other section of the demo where the boss battle, for the first time, really takes into account having the two weapons and pushing and pulling your big boss foe towards into certain death things. Put him down. There we go. I do like the mechanic. But the guns are like the most useless thing. Unlike a lot of other games where you rely entirely on the guns, Ebony and Ivory, as much as he loves them and cherishes them throughout the games, the fact that he names them Ebony and Ivory, they aren't very useful. And even if you upgrade it to the highest possible level, they don't help that much.
Well, they kind of made that point in the beginning when you first got him, that you end up shooting one devil in the face, and they sort of like spray off his face like raindrops, and like no effect at all.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, he hadn't been affected properly yet. It's one of those boss things where like she had to throw a Molotov cocktail in his face, and then that burned off his initial. In D&D terms, it would have burned off his AC, so you could actually it's damage reduction, so you could actually get through and fight.
Hey, could you point me to the mixing room?
Probably want to use the angel weapon on this guy, or just avoid the area where he sets things on fire, because that is bad. How am I gonna? Maybe? Okay, jump. Ah. Apparently once he's initially fired that attack, I don't have to worry about it afterwards. Water, alright, that's not bad. Usually what they do, at least as far as this game has gone so far, is that when they introduce a new enemy, they have you try to figure out how to beat them with like new tactics and stuff like that. And then they'll give you some new weapon or some new ability that says, here, now you figure it out on your own, we're going to help you out here so that these enemies, when you come across them later, are easier. Like, for example, when I first got my set of weapons here, the angel and demon weapons that I used with the L2 and R2, it had me try to learn how to dodge their attack instead of just fighting for the first fight. I would just do a dodge roll. Oh, not this guy again. Oh boy. He's tough. Middle of dodging. Better. Oh, that was a lot easier than it was before.
You're almost always attacking demons, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I don't think you're ever attacking angels. The idea is that the demons are trying to enter in the world, and you're trying to keep them out. And you're the one deep half demon that they want to get rid of because you're trying to set a good example. And there's one thing.
Well, you also have angels, so yeah.
Yeah. Thing over here. Health is good. Love health. I mean, it's kind of tempting because they've got like these, because I'm supposed to use these red orbs to buy certain things, and I've got almost enough to get another health upgrade, but there's also, for like only 400 of the health skulls, I can get extra life. So that automatically revive me in an area instead of starting me from the beginning of the level. Yeah, I still don't have quite enough. Unfortunately, I can't like sell stuff. It'd be nice if there's some sort of, if I collected vials or orbs or things and I didn't want to use them, if I could make some money back off of them. Although, I guess the assumption is you want to keep everything. If you find it, you want to keep it. You want to use it. Take advantage of that. I haven't put much into my own things. Whether I want to do evade. Let's do kicker sound. I probably won't even use many of these moves because I can't remember what move set they do. Of course, they have like the training section. So it's like, okay, you're trying to figure out whether you want to actually use this move or not. That down before it kills me. Oh, I killed me. No, not kill me, but just took me a lot of health. past all this stuff. Of course, if this is indeed the Coca-Cola or Pepsi, if you've seen videos of people putting nails into a glass of Coke and they dissolve, should you really be putting that in your mouth? Should you really be drinking that stuff? Honestly, I can't say I really particularly approve of either beverage. Either way, they're both, they make.
You drink rum?
I drink more of like root beer or Sprite or other things that don't have those kind of corrosive.
They're not. They're.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zoom here. Come on, grab onto the thing. Grab onto the thing. Well, this is. Come on, why won't you grab onto it? I'm just losing health at this point. It's terrible. No? Yes? No? Maybe so? Oh well.
Better.
We've gotten to the end of this recording anyway, so.
Okay.
Until next time.